Welcome back to Africa 54. Trade is a very important part in the multi-dimensional relationship between Europe and Ethiopia. 1 year after the launching of the EU-Ethiopia Business Forum, Ethiopian Prime Minister Haile Mariam Desalegn traveled to France and Belgium. The EU viewed his visit as an opportunity to further strengthen ties between the two parties. Viewers Khalil Gueye reports.
The European Union and Ethiopia are tilling the ground for a robust business relationship. Ethiopia's rich soil is home to this farm of 6 million roses exported worldwide. A native of France, Stéphane Moutier enjoys the sweet smell of success, which he shares in the form of new jobs for Ethiopian women. We employ a great number of women. We make them self-sufficient. The Gallica Rose Farm is one of 300 companies now active in Ethiopia. New EU businesses are investing since the EU-Ethiopia Business Forum was launched on May 7, 2012. The organization is developing a platform for networking and business links between EU companies and Ethiopia, as well as dialogue with Ethiopian authorities. Thaddeus Haile, Ethiopian State Minister of Industry.
Europe for Ethiopia is a very important development partner. There is a big room for cooperation between Ethiopia and Europe in many aspects.
The transfer of technology and know-how from Europe to Ethiopia will benefit both parties, according to Johannes Mellers, Ethiopian Director of Investment Support and Follow-up.
We want the European investors, to take active role to participate in this opportunity so that we can have, best quality investment, technology, know-how investment.
The demand for such know-how is evident. Here, a few kilometers from the capital Addis Ababa, on the Alpha Fodder Dairy Farm.
We already have a waiting list of local farmers who are interested to buy or the genetic material, or the calves, or the pregnant cows. Actually, in many ways, we are impacting the local economy, basically by sharing knowledge about the way we organize the farm.
From farming to construction, the need for quality building materials is booming, says Hans Wohlhout, manager of the Ethiopian Steel Profiling and Construction Company.
So in total, we are employing 90 people from the local community here in Ethiopia.
Ahmed Shide, Minister of Finance.
A dynamic business forum will be instrumental to advance much more European businesses to take advantage of growing opportunities in Ethiopia, to make those who are operating in Ethiopia successful, as well as to attract many more European investment.
Today, Ethiopia is a country of opportunity. Foreign investment is rising, and the government is working to facilitate a strong business climate.
Well, Khalil Gueye joins me now for more on the European-Africa Economic Partnerships. Khalil, welcome to Africa 54. Good reporting there. Now, it looks like Ethiopia, like many other African countries, are really in a good position where investors from Europe and even those from China are kind of scrambling to have a share of their development.
Yes. The big difference between Europe and the other potential investors is that Europe has historical ties with Africa. And I think now the Europeans have understood that it is time for them to revive those links, those ties, and use them as an advantage.
Otherwise, they're being disadvantaged by China, which is coming in and putting investment without strings attached.
The other problem is that China comes with no strings attached. And but Africa and Europe have a long history and maybe story together. So that is what the Europeans are using now as an asset to scale up.
Exactly. And you've attended a number of these forums, and I know one is coming up again. What do you see from the European standpoint? Does it look like there's a frenzy? They're almost at a panic point?
Well, what I've noticed is that there's a sudden consciousness of the importance of investment to in the continent. Yeah, we talked about it earlier, I mean, a couple of weeks ago. Africa is seen now as a continent of opportunities, and that the Europeans understand that. And they will put anything possible to make it, to make it real. And the study of the African market is also very important because Africa's consuming market is raising tremendously.
Exactly.
That's one thing. And on the other side, the urbanization is a new market too in Africa because Africans need new roads, new rail systems, power generation, all types of things that really can bring European expertise, which is already there.
Which will be beneficial to the continent and also beneficial to those external investors. Right. Khalil, thank you for your report.
You're welcome.
Khalil Gueye is a reporter with Voice of America's French to Africa Service.